One of the most common procedures is the intravenous administration of ozonated saline solution. It can be done in two ways: direct bubbling and indirect bubbling. Indirect bubbling is the simplest, safest, and most cost-effective method. I recommend that beginner ozone therapists build their experience using this technique. To do this, place the vial next to the device while following aseptic and antiseptic protocols. Unpack the vial. Treat the cap. With a swab soaked in disinfectant solution, then insert the needles. The needles are non-standard and quite long. The needle must reach the bottom of the vial. The needle contains a mandrel to check its patency afterwards. Long needles can easily bend if inserted incorrectly, so pressure must be applied strictly along the axis. Insert all the way to the bottom. If you are working with a plastic vial, make sure not to touch the walls or the bottom of the vial to avoid puncturing it with a sharp needle. After that, you need to check the needle's patency using the mandrel, because when inserting the needle it often cuts through the cap and punches out a small disc that blocks the lumen. This needle will be used to supply the ozone-oxygen gas mixture. The second needle is short and will serve as the air vent. We insert it nearby, but only shallowly, so that the side opening remains visible. These needles have a side opening so that if the needle gets plugged by a piece of stopper, the gas can still pass through the side opening. If you insert it too deep, droplets will get into the destructor and damage it. So insert it just far enough to pass through the stopper, but not too deep. When ozonating the solution, connect the tubing from the ozone generator to the needle submerged in the solution. Connect the tubing from the ozone generator, and connect the destructor tubing to the outlet. The vial is now ready for use. The main procedure parameters for this method have already been set. "15 minutes is enough for the saline solution to reach a plateau concentration level, meaning further ozonation will not increase the concentration. The primary concentration at the outlet will be 4 mg per liter, with a gas flow rate of 1 liter per minute. To start the procedure, once the peripheral equipment, in this case the vial, has been connected, press the start button. After pressing the start button, a blue rectangle begins to fill in on the concentration display. It shows how quickly the device reaches its operating mode. Once it reaches operating mode, an audible signal sounds. The screen displays the message, "Open the valve." Turn the valve 90 degrees. The open indicator light turns on and you can see the bubbling begin. Gas flows into the vial. The solution is being ozonated, and the gas exits through the short needle to the outlet and into the destructor. Once the bubbling is complete and the gas supply has stopped, disconnect the supply and discharge tubing and remove the needles. The needles are sent for further processing and the vial is passed on for infusion. An infusion set is inserted into it and the intravenous administration is carried out using the standard technique.